Everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Berlin and today we are going to get into some tea about a makeup brand called P. Louise. Now, if you're not aware, P. Louise are a UK based makeup brand run by a woman called Paige Louise. The brand is mainly kind of famous for these kind of eyeshadow bases that they do in colours, and they also do in like flesh tones, that kind of thing, but they also do like eyeshadow palettes and loads of other stuff as well. But there is actually a lot of controversy about their latest collection. So P. Louise is run by Paige Louise. Paige Louise used to be an Instagram influencer, now turned entrepreneur. She's the CEO of the company, all that kind of stuff. You know, she is often on social media showing her kind of lavish lifestyle and all of this stuff, which, you know, okay, fine, there's no problem with that. But it was, I think, earlier on this year that she got robbed at knife point at her house. They took something like 10 grand, which of course is awful. You know, I wouldn't wish that on like my worst enemy. But people at the time, there was some speculation on like makeup forums, chat forums, that kind of things. There was some speculation whether that robbery had actually been set up by Paige Louise herself or whether it was an inside job. There was all this speculation flying about. But nevertheless, today I'm not really here to talk about Paige Louise as a person, but more the brand P. Louise and some things that have happened with them. So they've just released this collection called the Cancelled Collection. Now, some people immediately, when this went up on Trend Mood, it was announced, the Cancelled Collection, a lot of people had a lot to say about it underneath the Trend Mood post. I'm going to read out some of the comments because there was a lot that were very, very negative. And the reason for the negativity and the backlash on this Cancelled Collection is because P. Louise, Paige Louise herself, actually got called out last year when she was at a Drake concert for singing along and singing the N-word in one of the songs, and she posted it up on her Instagram stories. She did make an apology, but it wasn't received very well by the beauty community. So a lot of people didn't cancel her, I would say, at the time, but they wanted her to take accountability for saying the N-word. Paige came back at the time and said, oh, it's okay, you know, my boyfriend is black, and kind of didn't really take into consideration what, you know, the implications of her saying that word would be. So let's get into some of these comments that were left underneath Trend Mood's post announcing the Cancelled Collection. One person wrote, white woman creates a collection to victimise herself after saying the N-word, not accepting the reality of the world and the word itself, disregarding racist behaviour and just being a foolish ignorant. I am tired. This is mockery. Another user wrote, so they are turning people's anger towards their racist behaviour into a joke. This is as bad as Jaclyn Hill wearing that cancelled dress. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but Jaclyn Hill last year at a Halloween party wore a dress that had cancelled written all over it, and then she got a lot of flack for kind of baiting the drama channels by wearing that dress. I'll stick a picture in here just to refresh your memory of what that was. Okay, now let's get into some more of these comments. I normally don't post anything negative, but this is in poor taste, just my opinion. Someone else wrote a tacky mess. Another Instagram user wrote, this looked like a super nice palette until I read the names. So P. Louise are really kind of advertising this collection as something to be anti-cyberbullying and all of that. But given P. Louise's history, her past, you know, her problematic kind of history, and when I say problematic history, I don't just mean her being called out for saying the N-word. I mean lots of other things, like people who have claimed they've been to the P. Louise academies and that they've been told to use the same shade of concealer on all skin tones, people saying that they've been taught to do just one makeup look there and nothing else, all that kind of thing. There are a whole host of complaints about the P. Louise brand. Another person's complaint that I want to bring in here is somebody called Lydia Stanley. Now, Lydia Stanley is a YouTuber with 10,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. She is kind of a makeup makeup and skincare guru from Nigeria, and that's where she's based. She actually entered a P. Louise makeup competition and she won, but she had a really bad experience with the brand, and it took her over a year to receive her prize makeup, you know, her prize bundle from P. Louise, and that was after countless emails and texts back and forth from P. Louise. She actually made a YouTube video about the horrible experience that she had with the brand, and I will link that down below just in case you're interested and if you want to find out the tea on that. Believe me, there was a lot, but it ended up being that, you know, she was supposed to have won £200 worth of P. Louise makeup, but she ended up having to pay £100 for it. So it was kind of like scamming her in a way, really. You know, like I said, please do watch her video on it though. Don't just trust my word on it. Please do go and watch her video on it if you want to know the tea on that. Now, this cancelled collection, some of the advertising, the marketing for this collection is basically telling people, you know, don't use too much social media and all of this, you know, which is something we've heard how many times. And also, you know, P. Louise, the brand, wouldn't be what they are without social media. So I find that all really hypocritical myself, if I'm honest. You know, to come out and say, oh, don't use social media is bad for your mental health, all of this. Yeah, okay, you know, some of it can be, but not all of it. And, you know, if you're a brand who relies on, you know, social media to advertise your brand, to sell your brand worldwide, then it's not very smart maybe to come out and be like, oh, anti-social media, in my opinion. You've also got other MUEs and MUAs, you know, who've come out on apps like TikTok and shared their opinions on this whole P. Louise cancelled collection business. Here we go.
So P. Louise just released the cancelled collection. Let's chat about why this is problematic for a second. P. Louise was first off not cancelled, she was held accountable. And what was she held accountable for? Which I think is kind of crazy that a lot of people don't know this. She said the N-word. P. Louise said the N-word, and when people said, hey, you're white, that's not okay, she went, well, my boyfriend's black. And it's crazy that, like, so many people didn't know about this until this collection came out and people started talking about what she did again. Which effectively shows P. Louise was never actually even cancelled. But this palette is profiting off saying the N-word. Like, how did P. Louise think it's okay, I'm gonna make a collection around me saying the N-word and profit off it as a white woman, and I'm gonna profit off my microaggressions to the black community? Don't buy this collection, please. And if you do, I'll probably unfollow you because that's not okay. Don't let them profit.
There were some people who were unaware of P. Louise's kind of problematic past, and people who've only heard about this recently, but it's weird how suddenly more people have started to speak up about it. I did also see Smoky Glow make a video on this, but it's funny because I've not seen really many people in the beauty community pick up on this. And when I say nobody else has picked up on it, really, you know, Smoky Glow made a great video about it, but nobody else I've seen has really made videos talking about this collection and why they think it's problematic. For me, as I've said, you know, it is her profiting off of her kind of being cancelled, or rather held accountable. It looks like that, and that is kind of tasteless and tacky to me. You know, being cancelled, being, you know, held accountable is not really something that you should be profiting off. You know, people want to hold you accountable to kind of educate you so that you can do better in the future. It's not something to go, oh, ha ha ha, I really did a big F up, you know, oh, let me make a palette and profit off of it, in my opinion. I will also add that P. Louise have said they are going to donate a portion of the profits from this collection to an anti-cyberbullying charity. Now, to me, that all seems kind of self-serving, you know, oh, look, we're doing a good deed. Isn't that kind of manipulative marketing tactics? I mean, personally, that's what it looks like to me, because they've come out with this collection, which is, you know, quite pricey, typical sort of P. Louise thing. And then they're going, oh, okay, yeah, you know, we've done this because we're trying to, you know, really make a difference and, you know, stop cyberbullying. They're not going to stop cyberbullying by coming out with a collection that is called cancelled. They're just not. You know, there's always going to be people online with negative opinions and with shit to say. no eyeshadow palette called Cancelled is going to stop that. It's just not. So guys, let me know your thoughts and your opinions on it. I'd really like to know if any of you guys think this is problematic too. You know, you've seen other people in the beauty community have got their opinions about it. A lot of people under that Trend Mood post thought it was really problematic. People on TikTok thinking it's problematic. So I'm really interested to know what you guys who are subscribed to my channel think about it. Do you guys think it's problematic? Do you care? Any of that? Anyway, guys, let me know and I will see you on the next one. So take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.